Hi guys, back with a new video, and this is Spiderman. In this video I'm just gonna paint up the base, as you may see. Now we have a couple of pictures at the start and then we're gonna jump right into it. Now I'm gonna use this color to paint up all the base, so this will be the base color. It's mostly for the building. At the moment I'm not doing anything to the clouds. And as you can notice, just put it down the color as soon as possible. That's it. Now I leave this color a little bit more thicker, so I cover up fast the black primer. I don't want it to come to, but I'll only give one hand of it, so. And now here with the light brown, I'm gonna do some weathering on the building. This is gonna make the details pop a little bit more as well, so it's not just bland. And in the bottom corner down, you can see one of my lights sticking in front of the camera. Fortunately I didn't notice in time, so it will be part of the video for a little short duration. Now here I'm using the Agra's Earthshade to do the deepest parts of the sculpt. Just a thin line, not too much again, just to make those details stand out a little bit more and don't make the building look too bland. This is just a little bit darker than the previous one, so again, a thin line on deepest parts of the sculpt. There are so many small details on this building, so if you want to make it look a little bit more better than just a basic, you will have to spend a lot of time doing this part of it. Now sometimes the videos as I paint it up, cut it together, they are not in the same order, so you will see a phase that it's already done, but don't worry, I have to do it because it's just how it makes sense when I'm painting it up. Sometimes I have to wait for the parts to dry, so I'm gonna paint something else till the other part dries, so it's not in the correct order, but I'm trying to cover all of the parts all the time, so you don't miss out on anything. Yeah, I'm gonna use the same wash that I used on the other one, and I'm just gonna do the small side windows so they stand a little bit out in a different color. But again, it's the Agrax Earthshade. Here I'm using this brass metallic color for this top part, which makes it look like a little bit like goldish, but not quite. And it blends in with the shades lined out as well at the start. I'm only gonna use this brass color in two parts of the building, one on the very top and the next one will be on the bottom part on the edges. I'm gonna use the gunmetal to give the top part looks to me more like a metal piece. Whatever this is called, spire, whatever. You already may notice that I already give a coat. This is the second coat. I forgot to record the first coat that I gave, so usually I always give 2 coats of everything, except this time was the base color. Now here I'm gonna use this basic silver just to do the windows. Now on this one here I'm not gonna tape it up, I'm just gonna do by hand, but the rest of the building, the bottom part of it, I will tape it up. It's a tedious work, but it looks better when you tape it up. But again, here will be just too small for too much work. With this black metallic, I'm just gonna do the couple of windows up. Again, just a little bit of difference between the windows. And then I'm gonna use this black metallic again, just once on the side where I would think it would be more in the shadows. Now I'm gonna do the same type of shadowing on the building as well, not too heavy, just a little bit. Now here I'm not gonna use the Agrax Earthshade anymore, it's just gonna use this one. I don't want to put too much on it. And now here on the bottom part of the building, on the windows, I'm gonna use the gunmetal. On the top ones I use the simple silver, the steel one. This one I want to do just a little bit more darker. And the taping, it took me at least a half hour to do all the windows. You're gonna see soon now when I'm gonna take it down. I just leave it here to dry a little bit. I don't want to leave the tape too much up because I forgot to give a varnish. So I just leave it a little bit on, and then I'm gonna dry it with the airbrush a little bit, and then just take down all the tape. If it's any overleak from the gunmetal, I'm just gonna clean it up afterwards with a paintbrush, so it's not too much stress about it. Now you can see I'm taking off all the tape, and it came out really good in the end. Now maybe I didn't mention it before, but I always, if I tape up something, I give a clear coat of varnish just to protect the paint that I put down already. So usually I leave the varnish to dry for a half hour at least, and then I put up the tape, and then I take down the tape as soon as possible. I don't want to leave it too much on. So again, on this one I forgot to put the varnish, but usually I varnish it up before I tape it. Now here is the same gunmetal. Again, this took me even more than a half hour. That was almost an hour to put all the tape down. Again, quick paint, dry it, leave it a little bit, clean up the airbrush, spray it with a little bit of the airbrush to dry it a little bit faster, and then just take down the tape. Same process. I decided to do the windows with all metallic colors between the silver, the gunmetal and the black one, just to shine a little bit more out, and the side ones or the small buildings I done with the washer because it was easier that way. Now this corner part as well, it's gunmetal, it's the same process. This was a little bit easier because it was a little bit less. And now I'm gonna use this color to do the edge highlights all over the building, just to make the building look a little bit more dirty and more like a real building will look like. So I try to implement the lighter color as much as possible. Now with the simple black I will do all the rooftop part of the building. So all the rooftops, they will be plain black. Didn't give too much thought to it. It's just to make it look a little bit different. And all the equipment that it's sculpted on, the details on the building that you can see, vents and all that stuff, those will be just a simple silver. I don't have that part on video, unfortunately. I forgot to record it. But again, just simple silver. You will see as I paint up the rest of the building, you will notice at one point that is painted already. So this is the second part of the building that I use the brass color. This will be like almost like a balcony, and I'm just taped it up and just go around the building and just give it a different look to it. Unfortunately, this color is really nice, but it's really bad as well. So I have this paint for a long time, so I'm not just blaming it being a bad paint. It could be because I have it for so long, but I had to go at least, I think like 6 coats to make it cover. So maybe try to use something a different color, or maybe yours is more new or fresh. And now this is the other part where I use the black metal. This will be the part that for me it looks like it's more in the shadows, so I want it to be a little bit darker. Again, it just makes the building look a little bit different. It's not the same boring one color. Now on this one, I rushed a little bit to take off the tape. I didn't wait a little bit to dry, so the black metal leaked into under the tape. You can see in comfort parts, but I went and corrected with a paintbrush. Just put down the base color again, and then it's all fine. My advice: leave it a little bit to dry. Don't rush like I did. And now the last part of the building, this is the back. I just straight up with simple silver. Now here I finish up all the rest of the buildings with the edge highlights. Even the small ones. Again, the small windows I thought with the wash, with the agric earth shade. And after inspecting the top part of the building, I realized I didn't finish the highlights, the edge highlights. So I done that really quickly with the same color, the same process as well. Now here I'm gonna put down the white on the clouds. I tried to went with thicker paint as well. I done at least 3 coats on everything. Now here I'm using this gray wash just to make to look the clouds a little bit more different. Now this gray is gonna go into the deepest parts of the sculpt. If you overspray a little bit, don't worry too much. We're gonna go back with some more inks on it, so it's all fine. And this is my favorite blue ink. I think I'm using on every single sculpture. So we're gonna put down this on over the gray. We don't want to cover all the gray, we want some spots to left out. So you can notice the gray as well, but not as much. Now here I'm gonna use this white ink and just cover up the highlights on the blue. I'm using a white ink because I don't want it to cover too much, so go really slightly with this one. It's really great because it doesn't cover up all the previous paints that you already put down. Now, the rest of the building I taped it up, and I'm some put some clear foil as well, so that don't paint up the rest of the building. Now this one, it's already, I give a coat of varnish just to protect so the tape doesn't take off, because sometimes the tape will take off your paint. And again here we just with the white, just covering up slightly the blue and the gray, just it's not that strong. So one of you guys mentioned it in my Gambit video if I put down a clear varnish, and I do. And this is the only varnish I'm using at the end of the sculptures. Sometimes when I put down, before I put down the tape, I using the airbrush clear varnish. But otherwise at the end I always use these ones. It makes the paint and everything in the finished product to look more professional. I really like this type of varnish. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's a little bit better as well. And here we are now at the end of the video. Next video will be Spider-Man finished up, and thank you very much guys for watching the video. If you liked it or learned something, give it a subscribe, give it a like. If you have any questions, just put down in the comments and I'm gonna answer them as soon as I can. Thanks and see you on the next one.